how to get rid of the menopause belly and increase your energy. That will be the topic for today. I am fighting off a bit of a cold, so bear with me here. And I'm going to pin this at the top of our Facebook group. Make sure you're there. Macro tracking and weightlifting for women. Macro tracking, the and sign, weightlifting for women. This is a huge topic, right? Because so many women feel like I can't get the menopause belly off because what used to work for me no longer works for me, right? We've heard that hundreds and probably thousands thousands of times. And so I want to talk to you about this and what it really takes. And so let's just dive right in. Okay, great. So the first thing is, I feel like a lot of you ladies are feeling like because of menopause, I have to experience this. I have to have the belly. I have to live with being tired. Nothing's going to work for me, things like that. And it makes sense, right? My heart really goes out to you because, like I said, what used to work for you doesn't now. And so it's a little bit confusing. Like, what am I really supposed to do, right? So I'm going to say something, but then I'll back it up. So it really just takes the right macros and the right lifting routine for you, right? And so then you might be saying, but I've tried macros and it didn't get the weight off, right? And so I'll share with you just a few things that could be throwing you off because it really does work. It has I'm not exaggerating. It's worked 100% of time with our perimenopausal and postmenopausal women, just having the right macros and having the right lifting routine for you. So a few things that may be tripping you up because you might be saying, I'm doing those things. I'm doing all the right things. So here are some things that we've helped women overcome who think they're doing the right thing, but then we've been able to catch some things. So I'll talk about how you're tracking your macros. One thing could be eyeballing, right? That never works. If you're going out to eat or if you're going out to social events or things like that, don't worry about it. Yeah, we're going to eyeball, but I just mean at home, as much as you can, make sure that you're actually using the scale, right? Not cups, not tablespoons, not medium, because all of that is relative. The cups and the tablespoons can get off really quickly. So just make sure you're using the scale and do grams or ounces. It will make a huge difference and it will get you better results for the time that you're already putting in. It also makes it easier to guesstimate when you're out because you've visually seen time and time and time again what like 150 grams of a vegetable looks like, for example. Okay. Another thing that we've helped women overcome, AKA that you might be doing without realizing, is you may be putting a lot of calories in a shorter amount of time, right? So we call this calorie banking, where you're not eating a lot throughout the day and then you're eating a lot at night. Even in a deficit, oddly enough, that can cause you to gain fat. So that's another thing. Even if you're hitting your daily macros, that could be preventing that menopause belly from coming off because your body doesn't need all that food or all those resources, right? Excuse me, if you're just jumping on, I have a cold, so bear with me. Hopefully I don't sound too manly. Okay. The other thing is when you really have balanced meals, and yes, I mean balanced by macros, but also I mean like your meals are balanced and spaced throughout the day. This is definitely going to give you more energy throughout the day, right? Because you're giving your body energy via food, you're expending energy via your daily steps, via drinking so much water you have to pee all the time, via your exercises, things like that. And so when you're giving your body food all throughout the day, you're just having this beautiful exchange of energy. So, and your body's using that energy, right? Whereas if you're not eating very much throughout the day, your metabolism is going to slow down because it thinks, well, I'm not being fed, so I need to really preserve this energy and only use it when I need it because our organs and things internally need energy too, right? This is also why the 1,200 calorie diet typically doesn't work. It does work for some people, sure, but most people it doesn't because it's just not enough calories. And so it just really slows that metabolism. And then you have to go back and fix it, right? Which is possible, but it's time consuming. It's hard on the body, right? Things like that. Okay, great. So more energy. It will also give your body an easier time shedding fat. It feels safe. It feels comfortable. It knows it's going to be fed and have adequate energy for what you need for your workouts in your life. And so it just your body will release fat, excuse me, much easier. Okay. The other thing that we've done slash that you may be unknowingly needing to change is food quality. Sometimes ladies think that they're eating really healthy, and for the most part they are, but there's a lot of things that they're not realizing are not the healthiest, right? And so really just focusing on how much produce are you eating per day, how many whole foods are you eating per day versus supplements, right? We certainly want to make sure that we're eating healthy whole foods the majority of the day. And I think most women out there could definitely eat more produce. And what does that do? Fruits and vegetables, right? More fiber. So you're going to have better gut health. You feel more full. Definitely you feel more full, more vitamins and minerals. So you have more energy, right? Like your whole body is really able to regulate more because you're giving it more nutrients. You're giving your body more of what you need. So naturally you have more energy. You feel brighter. Your skin, it starts glowing, like your skin looks better. Everything greatly improves. Okay, so those are some things that could be preventing you nutrition-wise from getting the belly off. If you feel like I'm doing everything right, why isn't the belly coming off? Why do I feel so tired? Those are some nutrition pieces that you just want to look at and give yourself a grace-filled, judgment-free analysis of where could I be doing better, or where do I need to change, or where do I need help, right? Okay, so then you might be saying, I'm doing all of those things. I'm already doing all of those things and I still feel tired or I still have the menopause belly, right? And some women think it's me. Do I have to settle in this body? It's like, no, no, no. You just need more dialed in, right? So here are some other things. Something may be broken in your training regime, right? So I want to share with you a story about, actually, she's still our current client. Her name is Carla. I think, Carla, don't kill me if you're on here, I think you're 54, if I remember off the top of my head. And she's already gone through menopause, and she truly was putting in the work, like compliant in her, before she came to us, doing it on her own, compliant in her macros 7 out of 7 days, doing HIIT, lifting weights, like she was putting in the work, doing everything she knew how to do. For 2 years, she was plateaued. She wanted to lose about 25 pounds. And for 2 years, she was totally plateaued. I told her the same thing. I said, Carly, you just need the right macros and training routine. She didn't believe me. She kind of fought on me about it for a little bit, right? A couple months later, she joined the program. In 28 weeks, she has lost 27.8 pounds. She's at her goal weight. She's going up to maintenance. She's loving life. And she came back. She's like, I cannot believe it. It was just the right macros and the right training routine. It's like, well, of course, because the more specific and dialed in you can get to you, the better results, right? Not only better results, but the better you're going to feel, because it's actually what your body needs. Because typically the better results you're getting means your body is loving what's happening, right? Sure. In a deficit, are you a little bit uncomfortable? Are you a bit hungry? For sure, right? You're in a deficit. You're lowering that set point. That part's normal. But there are ways to combat that, right? Like higher volume foods and things like that. But for the most part, if you're doing the right thing for you and you're compliant, of course, there's a lot of learning in that, right? And that's okay. You should be seeing results every week. If you're not seeing results every week and you're doing truly the right things for you, well, let me say you're still seeing measurement drops, right? Sometimes if the scale doesn't drop, it could be other things like stress. But for the most part, you really should still be seeing the results. So if for some reason you're not seeing results, there's just something that needs to be uncaked. Okay. Now, someone else might be saying, I know how to train. And this is what Carla said too. I'm doing HIIT and I'm lifting. I'm working so hard. It's like, I hear you. You are so putting in the work. The philosophy that we have is we primarily weightlift. We don't really do HIIT. Sometimes we do sprints and stuff like that to train type 2 muscle fibers, which creates this like gorgeous fit look, like powerhouse, it's really cool. Explosion, things like that. But really, we primarily focus on building your body. Ladies, especially as you age, because you need bone strength, you need very strong ligaments, joints, tendons, stabilizer muscles, things like that. Machines will not give you that, right? Because the machines are doing that work for you. Just a side note there. But the reason we don't really utilize HIIT that much is because it's so much more than just burning calories, right? You need to make sure that you actually have the right strategy to build your muscle. The nutrition is going to get the fat off by itself. You don't need to exercise to get the fat off, right? If you're using exercise to get all the fat off, that's a kink that needs to be changed, right? Because you might be like, but wait, but working out expends energy. Heck yeah, that's so true. But to be more efficient to hit your goals, why don't we use lifting to build and stack and shape this fit, toned body that you love, that you feel good in, that you feel healthy, that you can live your life through your 90s or however long feeling really strong, and take care of the fat loss and nutrition. So you're not having to kill yourself in the gym. It's like we're actually killing two birds with one stone. At the same time, you get to learn those healthy lifestyle habits. So it's like this beautiful triangle or this tripod of lifestyle coaching, proper nutrition for my body, what lifts do my body need to thrive, right? So we definitely recommend prioritizing lifting over pretty much everything because it just creates so much strength, stability, stamina, things like that in your body. Now, some ladies might say, but I love cardio. It feels good for my mental health. Beautiful. Then keep it in, right? Because it's about a balance as long as you're not using cardio just for fat loss. Because if you're using it just for fat loss, I'm just sharing that there is a better way to use your time. And that would be build and shape your body with lifting while you just get the fat off you don't want with nutrition, right? One more tangent off of this. I saw a comment in the group yesterday and she said, she heard that body recomposition is hard. I'm like, body recomposition is a freaking piece of cake, right? You just get to maintenance. But then I realized, because I was thinking about that, I'm like, why would someone think that is hard? But then I'm realizing it's because they're just not understanding the relationship between when and how to use lifting, when and how to use macros. And so it's like they're trying to compensate for the macros being off of it with the workouts. And so that would be hard, right? But it doesn't have to be hard. Lifting is everything. Cool. Now, one other thing you ladies might be saying is, but cardio improves my cardiovascular health. Certainly, that's true. Lifting can too, though, at higher reps, right? And all rep schemes, maybe not all, but a lot of rep schemes are important in a program. Like, let's look at a year, right? We want to have sets of 8, sets of 6. We want to have sets of 10. We want to have sets of 12, 15, 18, 20, all throughout the year, right? Why would we do that? It keeps your body changing. It keeps you really strong in life, doing totally different things because your body is used to being proficient and having proper form in different loads. Doing 18 reps is really challenging mentally. So you're creating endurance, right? Cardiovascular health and mental resiliency. Whereas being under a bar or a dumbbell or a band at like 6 to 8 reps is also so challenging, but more physically challenging because it's way heavier weight. All of those are so vital in a very balanced program to keep your body super injury free, to keep it constantly changing, to keep it growing and shaping how you're wanting, depending where you're putting the volume, and just help you be a very strong woman for life. Okay, so don't just focus on 3 sets of 15, loves. Like, we got to do it all. The sets have different outcomes, or excuse me, the rep ranges have different outcomes, right? There's so much to it. Okay. Great. So the last thing I said really was you can do this. You can be so successful, especially for those of you who are already putting in the work. Like, that's an amazing thing because you're already doing it, right? At that point, then it's just fine tuning. And that's the intent here, is to educate you like on some things that you could be fine tuning. And just to give yourself an assessment to say, do I have an actual outcome for my lifting routine, or am I just hitting the gym doing what I think is right? Very different outcomes, right? So you can lose the menopause belly. You can have a lot of energy for sure. It just takes having a very dialed in approach to you and not just a program designed for the masses, right? The more dialed in it is to you, the more long-term success you'll have because it's super sustainable because it's all about you. But the other thing is the better results you have, again, because it's all about you instead of just random programs. It's like, just because it worked for Sally next door doesn't mean it's going to work for you, right? So dial it in, dial it in, dial it in. So if you take anything from this video, you can be successful. You can be fit and healthy in and through menopause. It's just finding what works for your body now because it is different. Beautiful, ladies. If you want to chat more about us dialing this in for you and helping you reach your goals, totally overcome the roadblocks you have, and actually get you to that really fit, toned, feminine, strong body you want while helping you learn and establish the lifestyle tools that you need for the rest of your life, you can comment coaching below and we'll reach out. We'll talk about your goals and how we can support you because we're here to help and we want to see you as overcomers. It's so possible. It's so possible. So all right, ladies, have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you very soon.